Tyson Fury says he's aiming to knock Deontay Wilder out in their rematch. I'm going to quote the Gypsy King directly here. He says, "I broke it on TV. It's a done deal. If we both get through our next fights, then we're going to fight February 22nd in the rematch. The mistake I made last time, which I won't make again, was to believe that it will be a fair playing field because we know it isn't going to be. So I must knock him out. I don't believe I can get a points victory over here because I clearly won the last fight. I outboxed him every round other than the two he knocked me down in. It's clearly not possible for me to get a points victory, so I have to change my style, which I'm happy with because I've never been as strong, never punched as hard, I've never been as confident as I am today. I'm going to knock him out this time. I'm not going to tip-tap around boxing because we know where that got us last time, don't we? So I believe it's going to be him or me getting knocked out." Those are the words of the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Now, Tyson Fury is a very... what's the word I can use here? A very erratic character. And because of that, it's difficult to know when he's actually being serious and when he's joking around, when he's telling the truth and when he's lying, right? Because he's just very, very erratic. But sometimes he says something which at first listen sounds unlikely. But then when you look back at the history of Tyson Fury's career, you start to think, you know what, maybe he's actually serious about this particular thing. And when it comes to him knocking out Wilder, I suspect that he might actually be serious, that he might actually be going for the KO. Tyson Fury is a man with incredible self-belief. I mean, you will not find many, if any, other fighters in boxing with more self-belief than Tyson Fury. And he's obviously got a lot of ability with that self-belief. So, I don't know, man. I know a lot of people are going to dismiss it. He's going to box. He's going to be boring and this, that, and the other. He's obviously not going to be reckless, or I assume he's not going to be reckless, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does try to put it on Deontay Wilder in the rematch and try and get the guy out of there. He may need to, because I think Wilder is going to box a lot more conservatively this time around. I don't think Wilder is going to make as many mistakes. I think Wilder is going to trust his own boxing skills more, because last time he was just so anxious for the KO, he wasted a lot of energy. And in the late rounds, we saw Deontay Wilder absolutely gassed, which was an unusual sight because Wilder's normally got very good stamina. But in that particular fight, he was knackered in the 12th round. He was done. And that was through all the punches that he missed throughout the previous rounds. So, and also it was the psychological effect of seeing Tyson Fury rise up off the canvas like The Undertaker, because he thought the fight was over at that point, Deontay Wilder. He thought it was, time to go home. But when he put a lot into that combination, which dropped Fury. When Fury, and he was thinking the fight's over, when Fury got up, you could see how not only disappointed, but horrified Deontay Wilder was. This man just won't stay down. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Gypsy King does actually go for a KO at some stage in the fight, but he's obviously going to leave himself a lot more vulnerable to being KO'd himself if he does that. Tyson Fury has spoken in the past about how he doesn't sit down on his shots because it makes him more defensively vulnerable. Well, if he's hoping to go for the KO, he will have to sit down more on his shots. So he's trying to generate more power, but then he's more open to getting hit with power himself. And at least for my money, from what I've seen, nobody in the heavyweight division hits harder than Deontay Wilder. He carries the most power in that tremendous right hand. So, yeah, going to be interesting. Of course, we've got a few fights to get through before this rematch can actually happen. Deontay Wilder is supposedly going to fight Luis Ortiz in November. They pushed it back. I think it was early November. Now they pushed it back to late November. We'll see if that fight takes place. They may not feel the need to have that fight. I mean, who knows what's going on behind the scenes with PBC. Perhaps they're waiting to see what happens in the Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz situation. before they decide to set the Wilder-Ortiz fight in stone. Hope I didn't say Ruiz. Yeah, the Wilder-Ortiz fight in stone. So, we'll see what's going on there. But assuming Wilder and Fury get through their next few fights, then hopefully we'll see the rematch in early 2020. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. How do you reckon it's going to go? I think Deontay Wilder is going to box more. He's not going to be as reckless, and he's going to have a lot more in the gas tank late in the fight. That's personally what I think. I think Deontay Wilder actually learned a lot. I don't think from a technical point of view he would have learned that much from the Tyson Fury fight, but I think strategically and mentally he learned a lot from the first Tyson Fury fight, because he came out there trying to take Fury's head off from the opening bell, and that played into Fury's hands. Fury wound Wilder up before the fight, and he got the reaction that he wanted from him. He wanted to clown him. He wanted Wilder to come out swinging and wasting energy, and that's exactly what happened. Second time around, I don't think Wilder's going to do that. I think he's going to take his time. I think he's going to trust his jab a lot more, because I know it's a controversial opinion to have, but I didn't think the first fight was the schooling that so many Tyson Fury fans seem to think it was. I thought that the punch stats, if you look at them, are very close. And if the punch stats are that close, then how could this have been a schooling? It wasn't like Tyson Fury was outlanding Deontay Wilder 10-1 every round. It wasn't like he was landing 10 more punches every round than Deontay Wilder even. He wasn't, for the most part. It was like 1 or 2 punches more, and that's on CompuBox. And, when it comes to professional boxing, you're not just scoring based upon who lands more punches. You're scoring based upon who lands the most clean, effective punches. And CompuBox doesn't reflect that. So, yeah, I thought the first fight was close. If Tyson Fury hadn't scored the 2 knockdowns, would I have had him winning on my card? Yes, I would. If Deontay Wilder hadn't scored the 2 knockdowns of Fury, would I have had Fury winning? Yes, I would. But he did. The knockdown rule was there for a reason. So it was what it was. And second time around, I think, look, Fury's definitely going to be in better shape. We know that. He might not look aesthetically any better in the rematch, but I think he'll be stronger, and I think he'll be a bit faster and what have you, because losing the enormous amount of weight that he had to lose just to get back in a boxing ring, that does take its toll on you. You're not going to have the same strength going through all that you would normally have, if you've been on or around your fight weight for a good year or more. So I'm expecting Tyson Fury to be a lot stronger in the rematch. And, I do have to take that into account as well. But because I think Wilder's going to pace himself more and trust his own jab a bit more, I don't think there'll be as many mistakes for Tyson Fury to exploit. That's what I suspect. But hey, we're still a long way off this fight probably. But yeah, they're talking about it more and more now. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's happening, I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.